Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. My voice is still no bueno, but this is important. Hot off the press. We might finally be getting answers to the recent UFO shootdowns. Beside the Chinese spy balloon, everyone might come out of this with clown paint on their faces. We'll have to see. But this short video will end with irrefutable evidence that no self-respecting UFO from the cosmos will ever enter Earth's atmosphere. So let's get to it.
New this hour, dramatic new details about the unidentified object shot down by fighter jets just miles off the coast of Alaska yesterday. Unlike the Chinese spy balloon shot down last Saturday, this object demanded more immediate action yesterday. Officials say it was flying much lower at 40,000 feet, making it a dangerous potential threat to civilian aircraft.
National Security spokesman John Kirby said that they don't believe that the 3 UFOs shot down last weekend were tied to China's spy balloon program or that they belong to the United States. They indicated that their initial assessment, based on talking to civil authorities in the intelligence community, is that they don't see anything that points to these being part of the China spying program or, in fact, intelligence collection against the United States of any kind. And then the White House threw a big old wet blanket on our ET excitement. They said there is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns. Now, I can't really make up my mind on this, so either we don't even have the capacity to ascertain otherworldly craft, or they do have the capacity, but they're afraid to tell us because we would panic, as we did here, as we always do. We are absolutely ridiculous. So the Air Force downed airborne objects over Alaska, northwestern Canada, and Lake Huron. None have been tied to China or any other country, but Kirby said more information will be gleaned once their remnants are retrieved. This recent spate of UFO or UAF sightings came after NORAD officials changed their radar settings to be more sensitive to objects at high altitudes after discovering the China spy balloon. So they said it might be possible that these things have been with us for a while, but we simply didn't have the capacity to observe them because we weren't looking for them. And unlike the spy balloon, these 3 UAFs were not maneuverable, meaning they couldn't change direction. They moved largely at the whim of the wind. On the other hand, the spy balloon could move left and right. It could slow down and speed up and loiter over targets to collect information. Melissa Dalton, Assistant Secretary of Defense for Homeland Security and Hemispheric Affairs, said if the objects were not Chinese spy balloons, they could have been any number of different craft used for benign research and monitoring. She said a wide range of entities, including countries, companies, research organizations, operate objects at these altitudes for purposes that are not nefarious, including legitimate research. And for some odd reason, people, especially reporters, especially Fox News, insisted that spokespeople for NORAD and the NCS, press secretaries, weren't good enough to brief the public about this. They needed answers straight from President Biden on what the hell was going on. Intelligence officials gave senators a closed briefing on the mysterious objects. After its conclusion, lawmakers from both sides reiterated calls for Biden to provide more detail about the shootdowns. Well, they might just have them. Houston, we might have a little problem here. It turns out the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade is missing one of its globe-trotting balloons. They aren't pointing fingers yet, but it's very possible that a $470,000 AIM 9X Sidewinder took out a $12 silver-coated party-style Pico balloon, shot it down right out of the sky. the Bottle Cap Brigade reported their balloon would have been in a similar altitude and location of the general area that an F-22 shot down a UAF over Alaska airspace. And prominent members of the small pico ballooning enthusiast community, yes, I said it, they're concerned. Ron Meadows, the founder of Scientific Balloon Solutions, a Silicon Valley company that makes purpose-built pico balloons for hobbyists, educators, and scientists, said he tried contacting the military and the FBI to try to enlighten them on what a lot of these things probably were. And he said they pretty much ignored him. And now he thinks they're going to look not too intelligent to be shooting these things down. Mr. Meadows apparently doesn't stay up to date on the news. We apparently had a miniature Red Scare because of one balloon. People started panicking and spreading rumors and conspiracy theories. That's the problem with entertaining every damn conspiracy that you hear. It's overwhelming. If Biden hadn't shot that thing down, I'll tell you what, half the country would be trying to impeach him right now.
So anyways, I was talking about, if you use the real inexpensive balloons, they displace a little bit less air. And so they'll float at a little lower altitude. So they float at 32,000 feet. That's right at the top of the weather. Again, if the balloon was to dip into a cloud, it can pick up frost, and that frost will bring it down, just of the balloon. And you can see it here going up. This is at my friend's house. We launch out in the desert quite often. It's not far from Edwards Air Force Base. And you can see the balloon there.
How powerful is the AIM-9X Sidewinder missile? When it comes to air-to-air combat, no missile on Earth is as iconic as the AIM-9 Sidewinder. It has seen service in many forms and adaptations for over 6 decades, and its continued development is as much a history lesson in jet-age air combat as anything else.
That's a little bit of overkill if you ask me. At least the Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade members will have a story to tell for years to come. And thank the stars they weren't really extraterrestrials that sent those objects. I mean, shooting down a craft belonging to technologically advanced life forms is an especially stupid idea. Hello, history, my old friend. Bad things tend to happen to populations that encounter more technologically advanced cultures. Just ask the Taino and the Wampanoag. This should be added to close calls that we've created for ourselves in the past. You know, that thing we can learn from so we don't keep making the same mistakes? Like the time following the Apollo 11 moon landings, after splashdowns, 3 astronauts were waiting to be picked up inside their capsule floating in the Pacific, and they were hot and uncomfortable. So NASA officials decided to make things more pleasant for them and open the hatch, potentially unleashing deadly alien microbes into the Earth. Or the scientists who tested the first atom bomb, being aware of the potentially catastrophic outcome that their experiments might accidentally ignite the atmosphere and destroy all life on the planet. And they didn't warn the decision makers about this possible outcome. This is just beyond me. But no, we don't have to worry that ETs will send anything to this planet for exploration or otherwise. They've already made it clear that we've been tested and found most unworthy. As promised, here, my friends, is the proof.
Greetings, Earthlings. I come before you as a representative of the Intergalactic Union of Sentient Beings from all known universes and beyond. We have been observing your species for many, what you call, years. Our study is now complete. We no longer wish to have any further contact with you. We have returned your music sampler, but will no longer tolerate any further efforts on your part to venture beyond your realm. We are building a wall. It will be a beautiful, albeit invisible, electromagnetic wall that will subatomically incinerate any probes you attempt to send beyond your solar system. You're free to explore Uranus all you want, but we can't allow your kind to infiltrate the rest of the cosmos. You're not sending us your best people. You're bringing drugs. You're bringing crime. You're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people, but we have no choice. Believe me, for although the rest of the galaxies all have their share of these same problems, we fear you could infect us with the one trait that is unique to Earthlings. You lie. To show there are no hard feelings, we've compiled a compendium of answers to any questions you might still have regarding anything. Good luck and good riddance.